What's your name and age?
My name and age, Jason Richard Marner. My age is 49, going on 50.
What are your interests?
My interest is art, music, poetry, all the art really. I like acting and all this type of thing, all these stuff. And that's what I've gone as in life.
As a musician, where do you draw your inspiration from?
Basically, just listen to everyone's sound really. Seeing what was round and what was relevant for me then finally. At the moment, because I've been doing some stuff on the Equinox, which you have. I've actually done the stuff on the Equinox, which now looks a bit dated because the actual Equinox is changing really rapidly have you noticed the sun started changing to an amber one? Rebirthing itself then finally. It's actually becoming a real nice sun then finally, that's all. In the winter, it went a morgish, selfish, powerless, that's what's happened to the sun because it's given its power, the actual Earth's given power to the actual sun, it's transposed it over to it. The horror in it, the morgue, you gotta admit that's the most horrible thing apart from surgery and all this type of thing apparently. That really can happen to you, and burning and drowning and all these type of things. Make creative sides out of it, love, like you're doing. If you have a horror inside, because you have to get it out of you. So what you got to do, you got to shrink it, love, inside your head. That's all you got to do. Shrink it in your head. I found myself a nice cure for it all now. Plus the doctor's as well. That's a cure as well. Then finally. You have to come to terms with it, love. I was going through a horror years ago, love. That's all.
I mean, I know you've kind of said this, but the next question anyway is, where do you get your sounds from?
There's the birds at the front as well, because we've got a front to it then finally we've got the moss and all that sort. And the motorway, love, that's what I've been doing. Just my own scene, love.
As an artist, so drawing and paint, well, you paint, where do you get your inspiration from your art?
My art? Well, basically my influences were Rousseau. Henry Rousseau was an artist. Picasso, Pablo Picasso, Matisse, M.C. Escher, and Van Gogh. I had a Van Gogh type lifestyle.
Do you have any fears or anxieties?
Fears?
Yeah.
Dying.
Dying?
Just dying, that's all. Dying. And the actual, whatever comes with dying.
After that?
No, like the knife, the gun.
If you could visualise a character in a horror film, how would you describe them?
Dracula.
Dracula?
Just Dracula, that's all. Dracula, Frankenstein. We grew up with the Frankenstein and the werewolf, you see.
What is your day-to-day life like now compared to when you were first diagnosed with schizophrenia?
Well, because I was in the actual section, my love. So they sectioned me because they thought I was a threat to society and all this type of thing and all that stuff. So they put me on like a bit of a watch and all this stuff. That's all. That's all it was, and finally that's all. They put me in Meadowbrook, they put me in Darlington. I can't make a move wrong, love. Even if because I think, what's rugby like? What did you do in rugby, love? I pushed Irene over, dead soft, because I needed attention. I didn't need attention, though. I wanted attention, but no one's got the actual inclination. You just think it just got me, because they've actually been going over the health service for years. You just think it has to be include them. All my nerves shot, all this type of thing, it's all going on, love, and I scarred myself, love, because it was that intense. No, I'm a passive, love. I'm pacified, love. And I scarred myself because it was that intense. It's been intense going all the way along the way then, apparently. And the reason why I pushed my mother over then, apparently, because I needed help. And all like that. So they put me in Darlington and all these type of things, that's all. And it wasn't the right environment again, that's all. It's best just keep it, it's best doing in a house and being in a house and just shouting your madness sometimes, love. I can't get off the Dorchester too early. You have to go into rehabilitation. I know that's by law now, apparently. You have to go into rehabilitation, which they've not told me yet. So they're just thinking of long term again, then finally injections and all this type of thing. That's all. That's all they're going for. I've actually asked, that's why I've asked for tablets now. To give me sulphur tablets now, that's what for my blood then finally. You know it's my blood, I think, but not saying nothing because I think they diagnosed me wrong.
Are there any negative dreams or experiences you have had?
Yes, but they're not negative, love. I've told you what it was. My dreams then finally have all been cast. Like I'm designing a city, love. Designing a city. And what just that is all things that go in the city. So that's what people are trying to do, aren't they? I've actually understood. That's all. What's happening in the city itself, like Manchester type thing, that type of city. But it's a big gas city, all gas, all flames and all this and all the type of things like this. This is what I dream, love. Then finally, I dream a big city escape. Then finally, which I've done in the book, that spoof journal. All them drawings there, and of my dreams, love. That's why I've got this tie on them finally, because I call it my psychologist tie. Then finally, so I've been spending all this time being a schizophrenic. Then finally, that's all. I do see visions and hear voices, but they don't affect or harm me or anything like that. I think that is schizing. But even faster, something like that type of thing is a skits, or paddy, that's all. It's a bit like a tempo, love. It's the tempo of it goes a bit fast on me, that's all. And I get blocked, love, that's all, from listening to it, and it gets a bit too much. So, you can imagine, I don't know, what is it, something like Shy Effects then finally, just completely repeating itself then finally for something like the period of 4 months or something like that was happening when I went to Meadowbrook and all this. So 4 months with pains and all my nerves going all over, all my body going shifting and everything like that. And that's what was happening, love. We're seeing some of the amber light. It's really shadowy, love. All it was dead dark and dense and shadowy. And there's a fear on the lamp. It wasn't my fear, it's a fear that was on the lamp when it was all buzzy. All the electrics were fearing them finally, love.
What's that little...
The little red dot, yeah.
I don't know. What's your name and tell me a bit about yourself and why you're here?
Alice Royal. I like doing art, walking the dog, going out with friends.
Can you explain a bit more about your mental health?
Have anorexia.
Okay. So when did you first know that you had anorexia?
When I was 14, I lost 80 pounds.
Did you tell people about your mental health?
Not at first, until I went to hospital and I had to.
What was your day-to-day life like? What sort of thoughts were you having at the time?
Body dysmorphia, and like seeing yourself being fat when you're not, feeling guilty for eating food, worried about weight constantly, about gaining weight, thinking people were like looking at you.
In what way did anorexia affect you mentally and or physically?
Mentally, I was constantly thinking about food and weight, stuff like that, so I didn't really think about much else. And physically, lost a lot of weight, which has like long-lasting effects on my bones. Now I have scoliosis as a result.
What were your fears and anxieties during this time?
Predominantly gaining weight, being away from my family as well for a long time. I was in hospital, missing out on life, worried about food all the time.
If you could visualise anorexia as a character, how would you describe them?
Like dark, skinny person with a shadow, sort of behind you all the time.
Is there anything that you have found that helps you?
Meditation, all the therapy that the resources that gave me, like CBT.
If you can tell me about some of the experiences you've had with your mental health, barriers, struggles and negative feelings.
Going into hospital was hard, being fed through a tube and then having to come off and start eating it again. Coming out of hospital and getting used to being back in real life and having to take charge of my own food and going to college.
If you could relate a genre of film to your mental health, what would the genre be?
Horror.
From your own experiences of mental health, what imagery would you put together for this concept?
Dark. Lonely. Cold.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. So, can you start by telling me what your name is and a bit about yourself and why you're here?
Okay, I'm Cheryl. I'm a freelance artist, tutor, therapist, and I'm here because you asked if you could interview me.
Have you ever had any mental health barriers?
Yes, in the past. I used to have anxiety attacks and panic attacks, which were quite severe to the point that it made me agoraphobic, so I wouldn't go out. Then I found out after being given antidepressants off the doctor that I have something called serotonin syndrome, so I can't have antidepressants because I ended up hospitalised on one antidepressant, so which made me a lot worse, made the anxiety a lot worse because that was another trauma.
When did this first happen?
I was around 18, 19, so quite a vulnerable age really, a lot of changes, and after counselling it came out that it was possibly triggered from a past trauma, which in that during that therapy with the psychotherapist, I also discovered like a regression technique where they use a mirror to where you use it's self-help therapy where you use a mirror. You go into like a hypnosis, and then you then use a mirror to look at yourself as the person back then when the trauma happened, and then you go back into the mirror and you talk to the mirror as if you're helping that person, which is you, but being a younger person. Yeah, and I suppose that's like, it's like also about reflection. And
is there anything you found that helps you?
Yes, I mean, over the years I've done a lot of self-help things and have professional counselling. So I, as a therapist, have gone through my own therapy too. So So I still meditate daily.